Why weight loss fails. The 5 most common mistakes. If you're eating less, moving more, and still not losing weight, you're not alone. This is one of the most common frustrations I see. People try hard, they stay disciplined, and nothing changes on the scale. In most cases, the problem is not willpower. It's a few very common mistakes that quietly block fat loss. And that's exactly what we're going to talk about. My name is Doc Conny. I'm a medical doctor. This video is not about crash diets, extreme restrictions, or quick fixes. It's about understanding why weight loss often fails, even when you feel like you're doing everything right. I'll walk you through the 5 most common weight loss mistakes I see in practice, and just as important, what actually works better instead. Simple, realistic, and sustainable. If you want to understand why fat loss has been so difficult and how to approach it in a healthier way, stay with me. Mistake 1. You're eating more calories than you realize. One of the most common reasons weight loss fails is simple, but hard to notice. You're eating more calories than you think. This usually doesn't happen because of overeating at meals, but because of small, hidden calories throughout the day. Cooking oils, dressings, nuts, cheese, coffee drinks, juices, and small bites in between. Each of these seems harmless, but together they can completely cancel out a calorie deficit. Many people say, "I don't eat that much." And from their perspective, that's often true. The problem isn't portion size alone, it's energy density and lack of awareness. Your body doesn't care where calories come from. It only responds to the total amount of energy you take in. If that amount matches or exceeds what you burn, fat loss simply doesn't happen. What works better is not strict calorie counting, but short-term awareness. For a few days, pay attention without judging. Measure cooking oil instead of pouring freely. Put snacks on a plate instead of eating them mindlessly. Take a closer look at drinks that contain calories. The goal is not restriction, but clarity. Once you see where calories quietly add up, small adjustments can make a big difference without eating less food overall. Weight loss becomes much easier when you know where your calories actually come from. Awareness creates choice, and choice is the first step towards sustainable fat loss. Mistake 2. You're drinking too many calories. Another very common mistake that blocks fat loss is calories from drinks. Many people pay close attention to what they eat, but forget what they drink throughout the day. Juice in the morning, milk or syrup in coffee, sweetened teas, soft drinks, or alcohol in the evening. These drinks contain calories, but they don't make you feel full. Your body processes liquid calories very differently from solid food. This creates a hidden problem. You take in extra energy without noticing it, and you still eat the same amount of food. As a result, your total calorie intake stays too high, even though meals seem reasonable. Alcohol is especially problematic. It adds calories quickly and also increases appetite, making it harder to stop eating once you start. What works better is keeping everyday drinks calorie-free. Water, unsweetened tea, and black coffee are enough for hydration. This doesn't mean you can never enjoy a drink, but it should be a conscious choice, not a daily habit. Many people see progress simply by changing what they drink, without touching their meals at all. Drinking enough fluids also helps reduce false hunger signals, since thirst is often mistaken for hunger. When liquid calories are removed, fat loss often becomes possible again, with much less effort than expected. Mistake 3. Your meals are not filling enough. Another common reason weight loss fails is not how much you eat, but how satisfying your meals are. Many people eat foods that provide calories but very little satiety. Highly processed foods, refined carbohydrates, and meals low in protein and fiber can leave you hungry soon after eating, even if portion sizes seem reasonable. When meals don't trigger proper satiety signals, hunger returns quickly. This often leads to snacking, cravings in the evening, or the feeling of constantly thinking about food. This is not a lack of discipline. It's a normal biological response. Your body is asking for nutrients that are missing, not for more willpower. What works better is building meals that support fullness. Each meal should include a clear source of protein and a generous amount of fiber, usually from vegetables. Protein helps preserve muscle mass and stabilizes appetite. Fiber adds volume and slows digestion, helping you feel full for longer. This combination supports more stable blood sugar levels and reduces cravings naturally. When meals are structured this way, many people notice they snack less without trying. Portions often regulate themselves, and eating becomes calmer and more predictable. Fat loss becomes easier because the body is no longer fighting against hunger all day. Mistake 4. You don't move enough during the day. Many people associate weight loss mainly with exercise. They train a few times a week and feel they are doing enough. At the same time, they spend most of the day sitting. This is a very common mismatch. For fat loss, overall daily movement matters more than a few intense workouts. When daily activity is low, total energy expenditure stays low as well. 1 hour of exercise cannot fully compensate for many hours of sitting. The body adapts to this low baseline and fat loss slows or stops, even when workouts are consistent. This often leads to frustration and the feeling that exercise is no longer working. What works better is increasing everyday movement. Walking is enough. Consistently moving throughout the day raises calorie burn without stressing the body. A practical target for many people is around 8,000 steps per day, with higher levels bringing additional benefits over time. Short walks after meals are especially helpful, as they support blood sugar control and digestion. Exercise still has value, particularly strength training to maintain muscle mass, but it should be seen as an addition, not a replacement for daily movement. When activity is spread across the day, fat loss becomes more reliable and sustainable. Mistake 5. Sleep and stress are working against you. One of the most overlooked reasons weight loss fails is poor sleep and chronic stress. Many people try to lose weight while sleeping too little, feeling constantly rushed, and never fully recovering. From a biological perspective, this puts the body into a protective mode rather than a fat-burning state. When sleep is insufficient, hormones that regulate hunger and fullness shift in the wrong direction. Appetite increases, cravings become stronger, and satiety signals weaken. At the same time, stress hormones remain elevated. Chronically high stress makes it harder for the body to release stored fat, especially around the abdominal area. This happens regardless of how disciplined eating habits may be. What works better is not perfection, but consistency. Most people benefit from 7 to 8 hours of sleep on a regular schedule. Going to bed at similar times, even on weekends, already makes a noticeable difference. Eating the last larger meal a few hours before bedtime can also improve sleep quality. Stress cannot always be eliminated, but short daily pauses help. A walk, quiet time in the evening, or a clear transition out of work mode can lower stress levels enough to support fat loss. When sleep and stress improve, many people notice that weight loss suddenly feels easier, even without changing food or exercise. The body is no longer resisting the process. Summary and simple action plan. When you look at these 5 mistakes together, one thing becomes clear. Weight loss usually doesn't fail because of a lack of discipline. It fails because several small factors work against each other. Hidden calories, especially from drinks, meals that don't create real satiety, too little movement during the day, and a body that is constantly stressed and under-recovered. Each of these factors alone can slow fat loss. Combined, they often stop it completely. The good news is that you don't need to change everything at once. Weight loss becomes much easier when you focus on simple, consistent basics. For the next 7 days, you can use a very simple reset. Drink calorie-free beverages as your default. Build each meal around a clear protein source and vegetables. Move daily, mainly by walking, aiming for around 8,000 steps. Prioritize regular sleep and allow yourself some time to slow down in the evening. Choose one habit to observe more closely, such as cooking oil, snacks, or alcohol. This approach is not a diet. It's a foundation that helps your body cooperate instead of resist. If you want to see what this looks like in real life, the next video goes one step further. I'll walk you through a simple, realistic day of eating and movement that supports fat loss without hunger or complicated rules. If that sounds helpful, stay on the channel or subscribe so you don't miss it.